Hi, my name's Annie Thurgood. I chose to interview my grandpa. He's an entrepreneur. He started his own business. It's called Bob's Oil Exchange and Car Wash Incorporation. And the reason why he wanted to start this is when he was a young boy, he just always loved to clean cars. And he said he would take his car to get cleaned like 2 or 3 times a week. And so as he got older, he still found that he was interested in that. But when he was older, probably in his like late 20s, early 30s, he was working for R.C. Willey's. And he did that for 15 years before he decided to do this. He got the money, he saved up, had his retirement from R.C. Willey, and decided to buy some land in Davis County in Layton. And he knew this was a smart decision because at the time, he opened this in 1983, but in 1981, they started opening 10-minute lube centers, which of course we have today, where you take your car in and you get it serviced. And so in Layton, he found that it was really needed because they only had one in Bountiful and one in Riverdale. And so he felt like that was a good spot to start it. So he did buy the land in Layton, and he used his retirement from R.C. Willey's and put that towards that. And then he got a loan. He called it an SBA loan, and it's supported by the government, and did that to open his car wash. And they opened in 1983. The reason why he thought that this business would be so successful was because this job, being able to change lube, both men and women could do it. And at the time, there were not that many jobs for women, and it was really needed too that women needed to start working. So he felt that he would be able to do this really well. And it did run really well. The only thing he said was hard was, the hardest part of running his business is being able to find good people to work for him. He says if you look at other businesses, that's probably something that would be on their top 3 is having good employees, because there isn't many young people that could do this job that were willing to work. So he said that was his biggest struggle running this business. He also said marketing strategies, that they would do direct mail a lot, send out, promotions like 20% coupons, any of those good things. And they'd also advertise on or in the newspaper. Their biggest thing that they would do for advertising would be like through their email or newspaper, and it would be a free car wash with their oil change. So he said there would be a lot of people that would come in and they wouldn't even need their oil changed, but they would want the free car wash. And so why not get it for a good deal, both of them? So he said that worked really well. And he also said when he was working for R.C. Willey that he learned a lot about like marketing strategies. And he said that the biggest thing he took from working at that job was that you have to advertise, which any business, you need to advertise or you're not going to get the people to come and support you in any sort of way. And he said, we have expenses like in our homes. We have to pay for water, we have to pay for our heating. And he would always put advertising as just another expense. So he would always constantly be advertising so he could get the people in he needed. My grandma also did all his bookwork, so she was very involved in his business as well. So made it easier for him to do all his bookwork and not have to hire someone else. And they worked really good together doing this. They ended up having 2 locations. They did open the one in Layton, and then they also got one in Bountiful. And they opened in 1983, which I already mentioned, and they they sold it in 1995. They didn't sell the property at the time. They were leasing it to a major oil company that bought their company, and they leased it for 20 years, and then they finally got enough money that they ended up buying the property from my grandpa. So my grandpa doesn't have anything to do with this business anymore. But I feel like for me, what I learned is the importance of hard work. He continually mentioned this during the interview, that it's important to, be hardworking, and because you're not going to have a successful business if you don't continue to do that. And yeah, that's it.